Ride with me. I'm feeling good today, I'm good today. So turn it up and let the music play. Sun's out, not a single rain cloud in the sky. And Mrs. Green got a smile on her face. Okay, check. I'm feeling blessed, I'm feeling blessed. I got some bills, but got no stress. I ain't gon' stress, The cards was dealt, he holds the debt. Knowing that, tell me why I'm gon' fret. Switch it up, yo, como estas, muchacho, vámonos. Like the grill, everybody down for dominoes, ha. Yeah, we having a good time. Everybody in the hood and it's good vibes. Good vibes every time we meet up. No one beefing, so we throw the piece up. Throw your piece up, celebrate your seed into the kingdom of heaven, cause we gon' dance to switch. Come on,
up this morning and I think I'm gonna change the world. I'm looking back on how I thought things would stay the same. I know it's gonna be, yes I know it's gonna be a good day. I got sunshine on me. Not worry about those rainy days. He will supply my needs. That's why I fully trust in him. I'll never go a day without you by my side. By my side. Woke me up this morning, sent me on my way. Chilling with my neighbors. Man, it's a new day. Yeah. Somebody moving from the table, let me get a seat. Everybody's on, let's move our feet. I'm just trying to tell you what it is. Woke up this morning and I think I'm gonna change the world. I'm looking back on how I thought things would stay the same. I know it's gonna be, yes I know it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, we having a good time. Everybody in the hood and it's good vibes.
Yeah, we having a good time. Everybody in the hood know it's good vibes.
Yeah, we having a good time. Everybody in the hood and it's good vibes.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Woke up this morning and I think I'm gonna change the world. I'm looking back on how I thought things would stay the same. I know it's gonna be, yes I know it's gonna be a good day. No, yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is 6 minutes to 6 o'clock on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon, the 4th day of March. It is Cuatro de Marzo. That's not a thing, but we can make it a thing today. So glad that you're tuning in to Glory 93.9, the freshest wave of glory, to hit all the spheres in the world. So glad to have all of you locked in with us. Those of you that are listening by way of Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are, whatever platform you're on. I'm so glad that you're tuned in with us. I know we've been gone for a bit, as you, well, you may not know how it was. No, bottom line, I was in convention. Convention was last week and the week before that. We were in outreach. Brother Taylor came along with us. Did we invite Carlo? We didn't invite Carlo.
No, y'all didn't invite me.
I really should invite you.
Yeah, that's fine. You didn't though.
No, but for that one, no, we did. We told you we was going.
No, you didn't. Listen, you asked me if I know where I was going. Yes. Did you say, Carl, I'd like for you to come? No. I was not invited. I was informed.
Got you.
But not invited.
Got you.
It's two different words.
Got you.
Hush your lip.
You shouldn't be invited to outreach. You just come to outreach. Yeah. So we were. So last week before last Tuesday, we were in the. What's that? all your going on?
All my God.
All your going on. Yeah. All your going on.
Playful man.
Yeah. So which one is Delton? 3 or 4? What? 2? All right. Yeah. So we were a busy two weeks, and then last week I just needed to take the week off because I was tired. To get myself together. So now we're back. I was tired.
That's powerful.
No, ain't no ifs and buts. I had no voice. I was done.
I think you say that because I just called Sean for telling Phipps. So you just trying to be transparent now.
No, persons who know where I was, please please confirm that those of you who listening from my good church, my good people, them let them know that I had no voice. I was mashed up. Battery wasn't dead, but it was close. So we back now. Boy, listen. Let's start with that outreach. That outreach was an eye opener. We had 2 of the brothers in church Sunday.
Yes, you did say that.
2 of the brothers was there from the streets.
And you told me he came, one came as you are. He came, you like they say, come as you are. He came as he was.
Yeah.
And even the bishop say, you could have missed this Sunday. And we wouldn't have been.
That's what you say.
So, I mean, certain things, you don't tell certain people they say it on the radio. Because certain things they really don't want said on the radio.
You cold too, babe.
For a minute there, I forget me is on the radio. I just thought we was having a casual conversation.
How you could forget with the mic in front of you?
I'm serious. I mean, why do we do this?
You can remember not to play your phone, but you can remember this.
That's what.
That's
When you turn 50, you can realize.
Let me tell you
how much things
why I
you
said come as you are. Because and it meant so much to the Silk game. It wasn't the fact how he was dressed. He was in a scuffle the night before. A major scuffle. And he was still, the effects of the scuffle was still on him. So I was like, man, bro, I can see you in pain. Every couple minutes he's going inside church because it was in a major brawl.
And let me tell you about the scuffle, right?
I don't know about the scuffle.
No, not the scuffle. Let me explain about a scuffle. Like I remember one time.
No.
A group of us went out together, right? Ran away together to watch the game. You gotta listen to this. And so all of us stayed in the hotel room. Me, Tito, Gavin, Peter, all of us ran away.
Everybody go.
And so, we all got to go to sleep. Some sleeping on the floor, some sleeping in the bed, some just sleeping anywhere. I woke up the next morning, everybody in the room just laughing, right? I said, what's so funny? They looking at me and they laughing, talking about the scuffle now. Pay attention.
I listen.
They say, boy, Sean, you was fighting in your sleep, boy. You was fighting. I don't know who you was fighting, but sound like you lose that fight.
You get break up?
Say, from what we heard, from what was going on, from what was happening, our body is watching you would have had to have lost that fight.
I think that's why I didn't have to be there to hear the story because the impact was in the same. But thanks for sharing.
Carlos.
Going back.
You know what? That's petty. That's petty. I think Gavin laughed for 3 weeks.
Let's go back to the young man.
So the young he was in a scuffle,
Mm-hmm.
and so my thing was that, bro. But he said he gave his word, and he's a man of his word, and so that meant a lot to me. So he was a man of his word. He came.
Whether he won the scuffle or lost the scuffle,
he came.
He came,
and so that meant a lot. These were several places that we went because the police was there with us. Because they wanted to be a part of the shout out to Chief Superintendent Kristen Skippins.
Oh yeah.
Because she's over the South Central now. So we did it in collaboration with them. So because we wanted to shut the road down. It's a night walk.
Let me plug this in here, Denczil.
Go for it, bro.
From meeting her that one time at church, and then I saw on the grounds with Life that evening.
Yeah.
It appears as though that she really, really care.
Bro, she with me.
Yes, boy. The level of sincereness, and the dedication to and the commitment to trying to do this outreach with collaborate with the church.
Yeah,
there's a real sincereness that I sense from her.
Listen, we told her we should be done in about an hour, give or take. They were there from 6. We left. We hit the road what time? 6:30, 6:40? About 6:30, 6:40, we hit the road. We got back to the church close to, 8:30 thereabouts? 8:30, close to 9. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking I in trouble because I didn't see that first hour gone. We in the second hour. I said, boy, we in trouble with this police. We got the road. We literally shut the road down. We had roads in the Grove shut all the way down. When we went to Marquette, I thought you'd tell us stay on one side of the road. We shut the whole Market Street down.
Wow.
Both lanes. And this 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, she comes to me and says, Bishop, I have 3-4 more communities we need to do this in. Let me know when you're ready. I want to move to other communities. Right. I am beyond impressed with Kristen Skippins. I only got to know her through seeing her as the press liaison officer.
Right.
So I thought that was all that it was. She's just a police who went up through the ranks. Right. But I'm learning now that she has touched a lot of lives, boy. That she is. I said, man, that press liaison was a step down to you, based on what I heard you was doing.
Right.
The money, like, do you know her personally?
Yeah, yes and no. A daughter and my daughter played softball together. So.
Got you.
Softball, and then your daughter played basketball too. But she had kids at St. John's.
Got you.
So I saw her on a regular basis. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. So I was very, very impressed with her and the support she gave, and the kind of impact the outreach had. And like I said, 2 of the brothers came out. There's a crew of brothers that I'm hoping to go and see on Thursday night from the walkabout. There's a crew, there's a yard. There was about 15 or so brothers in the yard. And they said, Rev, if you come back and bring a bus, we'll come. So I want to go back to see them on Thursday night, go hail them, holler at them, and then send a bus there on Sunday. So what I find out is that this idea, we get a lot of children doing a lot of things in these streets. We thinking that they bad boys, they roughnecks, they this and that. They just a lot of misguided children, you know. Yeah. A lot of them are a lot of misguided children.
And in a lot of cases, children who are growing up themselves.
Yeah. We ain't going there carrying no bunt. We ain't carrying no giveaways. We ain't carrying no trinkets or nothing. They say, man, give me one bottle of oil. One of the boys say, all right, father, what do you do with this oil? I supposed to use this oil. We were just giving them bottles of oil. We prayed for. We give them little small bottles of oil. They was getting them oil and asking how to use it. I said, can I pray with you? There's nobody who denied prayer. Nobody who didn't let me into their homes. Nobody who like push us away. We were open to everybody. Everybody's open to us. And I can tie this in because right after we went in that area was that Saturday was the shooting at the breakfast spot where the little girl ran in the car. And Brett and I watched the guys them as they shot that boy. They was children. Like you watch how they hold the gun, you watch how their actions, everything said, these are just children. The weight of what they were doing, I don't even know if they even understood it. Like watching them, my heart went out and said, like these, and I can't say these stupid little children. These are just misguided, lost children, boy. And that was that. How do you see a child and you don't stop? How we get there?
I haven't watched the video.
I didn't know what it was. I was in a church meeting. I was literally that Saturday morning.
I don't see it.
No, I ain't told you. No, I can't watch it no more. But I was in a church meeting and someone sent it to me. Somebody from the media sent it to me. Just wanted to let me know they knew what we did, so they said we sent this thing in the media, and I press play. So I'm just seeing the camera, so I thinking what and when I saw that thing, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I don't think I've ever seen something that gruesome. I mean, I must be protected, but seeing something live, I've never seen something that gruesome in my life.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I heard.
Not gruesome from the blood. I didn't even see the blood or whatever.
No, it's just the fact the act
was so to me like
and to commit this act in the front of a child, bro. I mean, like. Not even there's no care, they so desensitized. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, and right, yeah. Every time I think about that, and it goes to show too. I was talking to a few persons. We were sharing about it during that week that it was going on. That it happened, and it is. I don't know if it was the targeted person. Intended targeted person. I don't know if it was the right person, but the rumor was that it wasn't.
According to the newspaper, it wasn't.
It wasn't the intended person.
According to the newspaper, it was not the right person.
It is critical for us to enforce with our kids to understand the importance of environment and association.
But I get that, right? But you're hearing, and I'm not saying that this is the case here, but you're hearing that this one was my cousin, or this was my brother, or my girlfriend, or my sister boyfriend. Right. So it ain't like you thinking this a bad boy hanging out with. Something like this family.
It's family.
This family. I got some information about a shooting that just happened. And again, I don't want to give too much details because things come to us as pastors, as barbers, even in your line of work that we can't talk, we hear and give details. But one particular case where a brother brother car.
Yeah.
This boy's brother car. And the guys came and killed the wrong brother. Because the brother who car he drove, the brother just came out of prison and had some stuff going on.
And it don't always have to end up in death. You could be like, I know someone walking over the bridge going to work. And someone who we know, an associate, stops to give him a ride. He gets in the car, and Next thing you know, everybody locked up and in jail.
But we can't. None of us can get into the. I'm sure all of us. I know I have been to the place where my anger got the better part of me, and I did some things that I regret. And in rage, I'm sure all of us have gotten to the point of rage and did some things that we regret. I got violent.
Most of my fights was with my siblings. So I really had that experience to get in a real.
So you can just sit in this land radio that we never see you in rage. That's what you can do.
Have you seen me in rage before? Because I don't even
You
remember.
almost killed the Babu who's the way good you.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean,
That is incorrect, Carlo. I did not even lay my hands on that young man.
You know why you couldn't? Because had you had touched him, he probably would have not have been here. The rage that you had
Yes, sir.
Were you there?
was so powerful.
Were you there?
You worry.
Were you there?
The rage touched people
It wasn't rage.
miles away.
The rage spread across
It was
the country.
not rage.
We all heard about your rage.
It was an attitude of no tolerance. It was not rage. It's a difference.
Google rage.
No, you Google no tolerance or low tolerance.
It's the rage.
I know what rage is.
You almost, you cross a man, go outside and cry by the tree.
Yeah.
That's not true. No, stop.
Hey, he's snotty right
Stop
up.
putting that out there.
Snotty right up by the
No,
tree.
I mean, that's what it is. You was mad.
You had a moment.
Yeah.
That's
That's the point I try to make. You know, have the
Everybody
moments.
have moments.
But my thing is that for you to have the, I mean,
Then you can sit there and let them say that about me.
let's
That's
go.
the end of the show.
Let's go to your moment. In your moment, you didn't grab Tito stuff.
It wasn't because I wasn't putting Tito out.
The point I'm making is that there's a certain level of coherency that you can have even in your anger to say, okay, I know what I'm doing. My thing is that how you could go there and think you're killing the right person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you even ain't sure it's the
They
right
even check.
person,
All
bro.
right, so yes.
That did not even care to confirm whether it was
Bro,
the right person.
That's what I'm talking about.
This the car. We know this car, and gotta be him.
But how did Bahamas get like this? How did the Bahamas get to the point where we got children who growing up? I am getting information that one of the persons that they are suspecting for that incident was in high school. It's a high school student. That means it's still under the tutelage, and of course I'm not blaming the teachers or nothing like that, but still under the tutelage of PE teachers and math teachers and English teachers, that we're growing up in our systems, young boys that could think that's Denczil.
But we've been down this road this topic before.
Sure.
Right? When we've talked about the thin line between what a teacher is capable of doing, what a teacher refuses to do, what a parent's responsibility is, and vice versa, right? So you say a student may be involved in this who's still under tutelage, still in school. You know, it may have been one of them situations where, hey, listen, I try my best, but particular parents in either parent in present or the present parent in interested in you disciplining my child the way that you think you need to discipline my child. Right? I'm not giving it right nor wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the things that we have to put in perspective. These are the things that we have to put in consideration when we try to dissect why we have teenagers cutting these kind of movies.
I think because of a lot of the things that are already happened among this age group, and because the school is predominantly female teachers, these teachers are afraid of certain students, especially students that have a particular reputation. Like when I was growing up, and because it's also the lack of a strong male figure in the school too. When I was growing up, we had young men who would come to school and bring weapons and always getting themselves in problems, would want to fight. But we had a senior master by the name of Mr. Johnson.
Lollipop.
Yeah, but it was called Mr. Johnson had a no tolerant attitude towards children who were rebellious. And then many times they would challenge the teacher, so the teacher would call in Mr. Johnson. Well, Mr. Johnson stepped on the scene, and Mr. Johnson in a lot of cases was smaller than the students.
In all cases.
Yeah. You know, the only thing. Wait a minute, I won't say that. So I remember this.
So rude.
I remember this particular student. And everybody in the classroom was afraid of him because he's a problem student in the classroom. The math teacher called for Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson came there, and the student raised up his chest with Mr. Johnson. And so Mr. Johnson, he put your hand out. He refused to put his hand out, and he tried to go at Mr. Johnson. Oh, Mr. Johnson said, okay, you need me to manhandle you. I didn't know Mr. Johnson had that kind. It's a difference between boy strength and man strength, no matter the size,
I agree.
I see Mr. Johnson pick that boy up and body slam him. When he hit that ground, he forget he stood up to Mr. Johnson. And then he realized, I can't play with this one. We need the strong male presence
but here's the thing.
in the schools.
Strong without that, right? And I say strong without that because there goes your line again. When you have a mommy who working 12, 13 hours a day and come home and as much as a 14-year-old might misbehave and he say, oh, senior master Taylor throw me on the ground.
No, there's a difference between misbehave.
Listen what I'm saying to you. If you have a child and you know misbehave a troublesome child, you know you have a troublesome son. You know your son troublesome. But that's still your son. And senior master Taylor throw me on the ground because I didn't want to get beaten. When mommy come up there and start to raise,
see, that's the difference. That's the difference between parenting today and parenting back then.
But that's the
if I had
point.
gone home and tell my daddy, Mr. Johnson picked me up and licked me down, I was gonna have to explain to daddy why Mr. Johnson picked me up
that's why
and
I
licked me
said
down.
and
daddy would come to the school the next day and say, you should have licked him down harder.
And I go up the same era. So I see somebody post something. I think my brother. He posts something. He say, "You all grew up in the era of, if you stop crying, I could buy you something." But I grew up in the era if you don't stop crying, I give you something to cry for.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So there's a difference. So when we decide as parents that I don't want to be this particular way with my kids,
Right.
because my parents was this particular way with me, we take the chance of, once again, that line
Right.
to what is accepted, what's not accepted, what is right, what is wrong. All children should have manners and respect from everybody, for everybody. But it's going to be the time when they start to develop in their own, to now they have to decipher for themselves if I can continue to go down this road that I've been trained in, or I could be disrespectful and outlawish.
Okay. So I know they have all kinds of scientific studies and all kinds of stuff like that. When do we lose these children?
We don't.
When do we lose them?
I don't.
You think we lose them in grade 5?
Oh, you
grade
mean?
6?
Oh, you mean like that? You
Yeah.
mean like, when do they?
Yeah. When do we lose them?
I
When do we? I know they always start at when as soon as they're born. I understand it, right? But when does Johnny change from being rude to being a killer?
That's what I think. When you don't have,
I don't want a time frame. Though. I want you to tell me like kind of what we think. We think grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. You think grade 5, grade 6.
the transition
I know
between
this way out there. What do you think is
so
that?
the transition between grade 6 and grade 8, right?
Uh-huh.
Within that transition, so you go from junior high school and you used to from
Now, the
primary
views
school-
expressed on this show, we are not scientists.
Scientific,
We ain't none of
right.
them things. We just talking as men who interact with young boys, with fathers and mothers, and we just talking. All right, so y'all don't call in with your scientific information and try to shop. Yes, we just talking. Go ahead.
So when you leave grade school,
Yeah.
grade 6,
Right.
and you transition into high school, grade 7, it's a shock. Some people adapt very easily. Some people
Right.
are able to pivot, and some people aren't.
Right.
Right. So when you have to now figure things out on your own, there is this particular crew, that particular crew, this particular crew. In grade 6, it was almost the whole class hanging out. 50% of class hanging with each other, another 50 hanging with each other. But now in grade 7, you have spurts, 10% here, 20% there, 30% there. What do I lean towards? If you look, the average child, I think, in my opinion, sees a slight decrease in their grade point average, their first term in grade 7, unless the child is one of those who continue to excel.
One of my flyers.
Right? So I think that's when you need more and more to hold on to them, to grow them, to continue on the path. And then the transition again, once again, you go from grade 9 to grade 10. Body start to change, hormones start to kick in. For boys, you get a little facial hair, you get a little deep voice. So you think now, I more than just
Starting out this
right.
interest in girls, and the
I
girls
start. I more than now just a 10th grader. You know, and then girls starting to take more pride in the way they dress and their hair fix and all these other things. So now they just it's all these things that you have to take in consideration these 2 times in their lives. And the minute I feel like there's absentee during these times is where the door opens for things to happen.
So you think we got them up until grade 6? We got them.
Yeah, I think grade 6 we have them.
I need anybody, any youth worker, any teacher, especially teaching the primary school system, let me know if we having any primary school killers. I know it sounds bad to say like that. I mean, I really,
There's some primary school.
I try to be, I be a little extreme
No.
with this, right? No, but because I think we need to find a way. We losing them, and let's see how we get. Let's jump in right there. We losing them.
I
You see what I'm saying?
I agree with Carlo because I prove it. I mean, not that I lose my son.
Our comments stand to pile up. So
Wanna check
because
something?
basically what you're saying now, you sound everybody saying y'all two saying adolescents. That's what really kind of boiling down to. I saw a video on TikTok. This one Julianne rolled. Hey Julianne. Oh hey Carol Moss. Good to see you, woman of God. Donicia, good to see your girlfriend. I saw a video on TikTok. More y'all sitting in here. Y'all just a bunch of y'all sitting here. Y'all even say good afternoon. When you come into the room and you meet people there, you should at least say good afternoon, everybody. Good evening, everybody. That's what I was taught. So please, those of y'all who just walk in the room and ain't say nothing, that ain't right. You should at least address the room. That's what he's doing in the Bahamas. I saw a video on TikTok with some CV battle students, and I was so confused. These young boys had a mouthful of gold teeth. Who raising y'all? Because for one, you ain't going to be in high school with a bunch of gold teeth living with me. 2, if I give you permission, where you getting the funding?
A lot of their parents don't even know.
What you into?
A lot of them parents don't even know they have them gold. They just put them in before school and take them up before they get home.
See, that's the thing. So, like, we have to be careful. Like, I must say, so once again, be careful how I say this. Because not all parents can be as active in their child's lives as they want to be. Right? And sometimes it is outside of their, the word is looking for,
Control.
out of their control. Right? So they want call you because you were about to, hey, go straight home after school. I calling home. At 3:30 you should be home. Hey,
I gotta agree with you because
you home, you start your homework, just that. You make sure your little brother, your little sister come home. Yeah, everybody gonna be here, boom, 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 hang on the phone. Hey, you don't move. And he go outside. Could do what he want to do, right? Or he could stay there and do what his mommy asks of him. So, and then you have parents that are fully involved, that they notice these things, like you can't bring no gold teeth home because I know, but in your bag, I pick you up from school, I drop you to school. Then you have parents who just ain't involved at all. Mm-hmm. So we have to be careful, like when we see these things and start to blame parents, because not all cases you could really blame the parents, because you have done stuff, I've done stuff at a certain age that our parents didn't know. But I mean, the stuff is different.
I get you. But
stuff is different.
If to your point,
in the parameters of this little space radio.
Right.
To your point, if you tell any of my parents today that when I was in high school, I was a cussing machine, they will tell you lie.
Right.
My vocabulary in high school, I was a cussing machine. Every word come up my mouth, I was just cussing. And I think maybe because I was one of the smallest and I trying to fit in, I don't want nobody to take me for light. But I was a cussing machine. But my parents never heard me use a cuss word.
Powerful.
And I made sure they didn't. Because
it would be in your best interest.
that would have been in my best interest.
But you was the grace.
But what?
That's the point. So I mean, like, and then if somebody you crazy, they gotta say, well, Jesus, look at Singer Taylor's son. He's singing, he cussing like a sailor.
But I and that language was only used among my peers.
Yeah,
like,
but I've walked past in school settings and a bunch of little kids today using the 10-pound words and they stop. Hey, first of all, you don't need to be talking like that. Right. Second of all, you don't get no respect from me.
Right.
I walking past, you ain't even trying to curve what you saying.
But that's the point. That's part of the point. You have what Kenyatta said. You only do it in funny pairs.
Yeah.
So there was still a level of control.
There was a level. Yes, there was a level of discipline.
And the gold teeth probably just in school. I
get your point. Let's go to the next comment. Let's see if we can get up some of these comments.
My headphone off.
Tito, go on. Tito's your headphone fixer. I don't know.
All right, fix it out. Hey, touch it again. Touch something. Hold on. Touch it again. There you go. Leave it there.
Don't touch this. Dun dun dun. Don't touch this. Dun dun dun.
Do it again.
A sad voice rap song.
Got it?
No.
Oh,
That's Sean fix it.
Yeah, find him. All right. In some cases, hey Marisha, in some cases, these are young men who have needs, and they're being convinced to do these things for little to nothing. For a car, for as little as $300. The lack of stable parenting and wholesome community is contributing to their ease of influence. Give me the next one. So they doing these things to get a couple dollars. Julian says, Kenyatta, these parents are different. We lose them between, Mauritius can kind of confirm what Carlo said, but Mauritius saying grade 5. We lose them between grades 5 and grade 8. Those are the grades where Princess taught there. And they said they're having fights every other day. I say fights here? With who? Grade 7s. They said the grade 7s were having fights every day coming in, so making the same point that you're making. That transition. But I don't know about that.
But you could tailor that into something else. Because now look where T.A. Thompson is situated. Right?
Yeah, but hold on. I went to C.H. Reeves in Montauk Heights. In grade 7, you better sit down and be quiet, yeah? You get any fight in grade 7?
In Donald Davis,
Big boys that would say, but y'all,
in Donald Davis.
you do small to be in no fight.
In Donald Davis, I had the first term in Donald Davis, I used to leave school early, like 2:45,
Yeah.
2:50. You know why? Because when I walk out of the gate, I have to go right. That makes me automatically a Hoyas or no more Sea Dog.
Got you.
I tied because of the area I live in. No gang, nothing in my life. I go on to Donald Davis, which was one of the most violent government schools, and I leave
It was definitely one of the most violent.
I leave Bahamas Academy to go there. So imagine the shell shock. And what do you? Imagine the shell shock. I had to leave school early because if I don't, it's an opportunity for me to get beat up because I was a no more Sea Dog.
Oh, he's always.
Or for Gambrood. Don't know nothing, but no gang, no nothing.
That's from grade 7?
From September. From September.
First day in the green and yellow.
First day.
Wow.
And I saw the transition when they made the changes in school. And C.I. Gibson became a senior high and Donald became a junior high. So it's the same thing for the guys that live East Street. See, I didn't have the problem no more.
Right.
Because as far as they concerned, I had my own turf.
Right.
I wanted to go on from C.I. Gibson in the area. But everybody who live East Street and all them other, they have to leave school early or get run out of school. So it's like all these things is happening. That's the reality. It's just happening on the magnitude that happening and the things that happening now is just worse than what it was then.
Give me some more comments, Dalton. Let me say catch up with the comments before we go further. Roy Miller, good afternoon, Roy. Morning. Parents now cussing with their children. Or we coming to get them, Marisha. That's a major deal. No Carlo, mouthful of gold teeth and big corn chain. That's 300 to 400 easy. That's completely different.
No, you think them teeth and she them teeth real?
No, they ain't real.
Because if I ain't buy these for you, where you getting these things from?
Them teeth ain't real. And if you ain't checking my bag and you ain't falling up on me, as I walk out the gate of the house, I push my teeth in my mouth, put my chain on, and I go to school. And if I want to boys who sit in the line and make sure my mommy don't know or my daddy don't know,
Yeah.
right before I get home,
Take them off.
teeth in my bag, chain in my bag. Mommy ain't checking my bag, daddy ain't checking my bag, they don't know what in it, they don't know where I get it from. I agree. They only get asked where you get the digs from when they see you with it.
Let's get the next one. If they want to fight, hey, Anva, start a kickboxing club in all the middle and high schools.
Come on, Va, you could do that.
Next comment. That's it? All right. So, based on what we say in grade 5 to grade 8, I really wanted one primary school teacher to tell me that they're having problems with these 5th and 6th graders because I see them still singing in the choir. I see them still doing their thing. I haven't seen it in primary school, but it may exist. So, we need to do some things then. We need to put some energy, put some efforts. And at the end of the day, it's the school. I mean, what we missing, boy? I trying to get some solutions. I mean, rather than just talking, lamenting the problem. What can we do to stem this tide I know, like I'll say this, and I can throw my church under the bus. I'm struggling. We have an intervention program. We have 5 intervention programs running every week now. We're in 5 different campuses. But my challenge is that I get females running all the programs.
That's what I want to say.
That's my challenge as Pastor Denczil now. I in 5 schools every week, 5 schools.
I think
finding the brethren, finding the guys, I'm going to say, man, I'll take 40 minutes. I mean, even in a full hour. I'll take my hour. I'll drive to the school and give one 35, 40 minutes and then go. Because what we're getting is a lot of times we're getting the children that are misbehaving or whatever the case is. But we can't get the men to make that time to come and help us with the intervention.
I think you need to make the educational system more attractive to strong male figures.
But you miss it. I just talk about I don't believe in my church. I haven't gone to the system. We can't get the brethren them to step up.
Yeah.
We can't get the brethren.
We gotta. Why do you think church can't get the brethren?
No, they in church. We ain't getting them to commit. I don't but the ones who's come.
Okay.
Yes, Pastor, men are not consistent when they lend a hand. That's one of our biggest challenges is that the brothers, them, the strong, the solid, the balanced brothers, we saying, help us.
I was at a particular church a few weeks ago, and they was preparing for an event, and so you had a lot of people who volunteered their services.
Yeah.
And they had asked this particular gentleman to assist with some of the heavy lifting where they need the men for. And I was there and I saw him, and this lady was asking him to do something else, and he started to complain. And he said, "Hold on, man. I came to volunteer to assist. I really come to work really, really hard, you know. You see all them people who you all just hired to do this and hired to do that. I ain't one of them. I volunteering, but y'all trying to get me to work like I getting paid like them. So the point is, a lot of these men, if they can go wholehearted into something, they want to be compensated, and that is sad, because what happened to the generation of men who just, like when I was growing up in Scouts, you had a bunch of strong male figures from the community. And they were just volunteering their time, dealing with male. What happened to the Scouts? These programs still exist.
Now let me say that there are some programs, like one case in point, baseball. That's one my son is involved in. Baseball. You got a lot of brethren them volunteering their time. Tons of brothers volunteering their time. A lot of these
I'm talking about. Maybe
I just don't want bash. I don't want just bash. I want to give some examples of where there are some things happening. But I'm
talking about men who volunteering their time where their male kids are even not involved.
Yeah, but see, so all right, so here we go. Let me be advocate.
Because it's easier. It's a whole lot easier to volunteer your time when you have an interest, when your child is also involved. But I'm talking about men who don't have.
Agreed. So let's say I one of those who have a son who plays sports, baseball or whatever. And I say now I home most of the time. So now when he go to baseball, I can set up at mommy. So now I can take my time and pour into somebody else. So when you see my son raise his voice at his mommy, the first thing you say is, where he power? Or he power them and to other boys and leaving his one son home to get raised by the mommy. So you see the slippery slope?
Yeah, but you gotta bring your son when you come to baseball then?
No. I said if he playing baseball and he's saying outside of sports that your son is involved in, remove yourself at times from, because it's easier for you to dedicate time where your child is. Go somewhere else. So now I leave in baseball to go to outreach with Pastor Denczil.
Yeah.
I go in outreach 4 days a week with Pastor Denczil. I just telling you.
No, the point I can tell you now, I got you over early because I want you bring kid with you.
Name Kale. You keep calling him Kale.
I keep on saying Kale, man.
Kale, just in case his mommy listening, you because we get around.
All right,
Kale like the vegetable.
That's why. That's
like
why.
the vegetable,
That's why I
but
don't say it, because I don't like say it because it doesn't remind me of the little salad.
That's fine. Kale.
That's why I say Kale.
No.
I go with KK.
No, we know what it is. Kale with a C. But listen.
Oh, with a C.
Yeah, but you understand. I just saying the point that we have to make. We have to be careful.
But I think what we got to do is, and I agree with you. And I agree. I think we got to make it a family affair. We got to make it a family affair.
But then again, once again.
So I ain't crazy with the point about that you only involve with your children. If all of us get involved with our children involved, we'll fix it. I think we'll at least we put a dent in it.
I agree, but is there so many?
This I got a text from a teacher here, and I wanted more teachers. I guess they want to go off the record, so they don't want their name to be called. This teacher's saying,
It must be powerful. You got to
a 13. We have 11-year-olds with major court cases. That's crazy. A 13-year-old male student yesterday told me he refused to respect the male principal because he hangs out with men who treat him like a man. He can do what he wants. So he ain't respecting the male principal because when they're around men, they treat me like men. Okay. So that's another problem with us.
That male principal needs to know how to.
No, the what?
No, but the problem is, though,
I hear your
the
point.
men he hanging out with, and sometimes
the males who we see as men, and because if they allowing him to be a man among men, then they ain't really men.
But that's part of the that's part of the narrative that about good role modeling and good mentoring and good, like, you becoming the children. And that's garbage. To me, being a good mentor means you must remind the child you are a child.
Yeah. So he's in an environment where they just males, they ain't men. Real men don't encourage that.
But boy, real men being redefined now. It's being redefined now that Kale think him and Pastor Dance is company. Not Kale, I know you know better.
But I understand.
Yeah, but that believe that we on the same level. That
there's no separation of church and state.
Even though Seth may say Carlo, he know him and Carlo in company.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he's calling Carlo.
Oh.
Seth.
No. He's got me. I think he's got me Uncle Carlo.
Oh, okay.
Seth know how to tingle. He can't call Carlo. Uncle Carlo.
Uncle Carlo. Yeah. Don't cross that line. No. So all of these things that we doing with the way we changing how we parent and we make the children, you got to reinforce the children and make sure they have confidence and make sure they have boldness, and so we get our girls who think there's woman, we get our boys who think there's man, and we ain't want to remind and use a child. I don't like to embarrass children, so I don't try to embarrass them, but I can tell them, I say, now, if you push me, I can embarrass you and remind you as a child. Don't do that. Even my children, don't make me able to remind you, because I can remind you publicly. I don't want to have to do that, so just remember you as a child, so I ain't got to remind you publicly, because like you forget. But that kind of parenting ain't happening. Let me get. I saw a comment I wanted to get to. Oh, you go from being the boss in grade 6 to now being a nobody in grade 7, and that transition usually causes a problem.
I like boss. Let's say popular. You go from being popular.
You go from being a star to being a rookie.
No, you go from being a star, from being a popular kid, and now you just filtered in a bacon fish bowl.
But let's talk about not having fathers, though, because that's a part of life, though. Mm-hmm. That's a part of life you got to learn. Daddy, I tell you, no, right now in this little season right here, you got to ride the pine.
You got to remind your kids when they transitioning. It's still okay to tell your daddy I love you. Like, I remember, Seth.
Oh, you get from one extreme to the next.
Yeah,
no. Listen to my point, though. The pressure of going to a higher grade from primary to high school, the pressure is real. Because Seth gone from this, hey, daddy, I'm so glad to see you. I love you, daddy. Every time I come home, when you get dropped to school in the morning, I love you, daddy. Be great today, yeah. The first day of grade 7, I dropped Seth to school. I about to do the regular routine. Hey, son, be great today. I love you. I say, Seth, I love you.
Yeah, Pop.
Seth kept walking. I say, Seth, I love you. No, Joker keep walking. So I get that loud. I say, Seth. Seth say, Pops. He come walking back. He come put his head inside the car through the glass. I love you too. I said, what? I said, what happened? You scared of Pops? Come on, man. I in grade 7 now. You can't be safe. So when he got home that day, I said, bro, it's a young man. Listen, it is okay to tell your daddy in the front of you the high schoolers. I know you in grade 7 and you don't want to see
You put
him.
plenty pressure on him.
Yeah,
you put
I,
the pressure.
I tell Danny,
The
I think he's in
pressure.
grade 4. One grade is in, I said, Danny, if I tell you I love you again, you don't answer me. I can kiss you in front of all your friends.
Live.
I say, if I tell you I love you again, you don't answer me. I think he's a grade 4 or 5. I said, boy, I will kiss you in front of your own
Yes.
class.
Y'all petty do, baby.
I started to get dead loud. He come back to that car and say, Daddy, I love you. I say, don't you ever.
I don't have that problem with Kale. I don't have the problem with Kaya. I have the problem with Dior, right?
Oh, so you have the problem.
Right? But Dior is a 14-year-old girl, right? She said, man, Jesus, you just too.
And now he's 17, he say that. I love you.
I'm just too. No, I gonna get to the point.
Right.
And I, man, just too machine thing, man. Like, just too
Your
much.
daughter.
Man. Yeah, come on, do one, man. I know. Tell me you miss me. Tell me you had a good day. Yeah, man, let's go. And it's only me, so you ain't even know. But they go through that phase. Yeah. So the phase with Kaya wasn't as bad as the phases with Dior, but Kaya faded out of that, and Dior will too. So when you have multiple children, you start to realize that it's just a phase.
Right.
And you can't take it on, and they can come back. So now you say he's 17, they tell you we love you before you on the phone, and he ain't get who on. So yes, that's just a phase. So Danny in that phase, let Danny live. Let Danny live.
Don't say that.
You are so petty, man.
Don't
Put
say
this
it.
pressure on these children, man.
Yes.
Like, kiss you really cheeky for everybody.
In front of everybody. I get dead loud. Hey! I love you, boy.
You know, because, here's a joke. Case in point, when during the pandemic, I think they had gone away for a couple months. And Dior had called me to check on me. She was, how old she was? She had been but probably 10, 11, somewhere around there. She had called. Where are you? On the road. Why? I on the road, Dior. Hubert Minuscule permission to be on the road. This is during the pandemic. We're supposed to be on the road. I was like, I have, you know, I can be on the road.
I essential.
You know, but I here at home now. So I said to say, I miss those now because I call it, I say, Mr. You wouldn't even call me, check on me. I see it. Daddy, man, I ain't no time for that. I ain't no time for that. I know you coming home, I ain't no time for that.
I think it's
You
been
know,
more
so
of a
this
rude
week-
awakening
this
for
week-
us that it is. I mean, like the transition, like the parents don't be ready. Don't be like, what? This happening already?
So I mean, I wanted, somebody alluded, I think one of the comments or whatever about these mothers not having control of their children. I don't see that as much as we make it seem. I don't see that as prevalent. I don't see mothers like, you know, I have a lot of U.S. listeners. Please don't take offense, but I don't see like how you see it all over in the U.S. We can't control our kid. I don't see that over here in the mountains. I think mommy busy, but I see it. And okay, again, callers and listeners, you could call in and let me know. But I don't see it that prevalent
I
where
think
where
mothers-
mommy can't control her boy or her daughter. I ain't seeing that.
See,
mommy still the boss, babe. I mean, in this country, I ain't know what y'all seeing.
I know, I agree.
I know what I see.
Sometimes mummies give too much of a long rope.
I think fathers give longer ropes than mothers, in my opinion, right?
No, sir.
It depends on, first it depends on the age of the child, right? And if the child is a male or female. But I think fathers give longer ropes than mothers. That's just my opinion. But see, all this ties right back into one of the conversations that we often come back to, and then you'll be surprised how everything just continues to tie in. The cost of living in the Bahamas is so expensive that the average single mother or the average single parent cannot survive off a one income. They have to work multiple jobs in order to take care of the necessities for their children. So sometimes they sacrifice an hour here or an hour there to spend with their child, but to make that money, to make sure that child have food, or to make sure that child have a uniform, or make sure that child get breakfast, or whatever it is. So as much as you may sit down sometimes and scratch your head and try to bash this single parent or that single parent for not being involved, we have to look at it holistically. What is this parent doing? Is this a parent that you see on social media partying, having a good time? Or is it a parent that you never see because they always to work? But the children always have all the things that they need, you know, the necessities in life. So it's a thin line. A lot of things in life is a thin line to it goes right back to like, why is this child this way? And then some children just rebellious. Or you don't want to spend no time with me. You always to work, or you always this place, and they telling you this and they tell you that. So now I tell you I need you to be on. You say you need to work. I can hang out in the corner.
Okay, so so the cost of living, everything that with women and how expensive it is to get by, and then eggs just going down apparently. let's why the brethren them ain't getting more involved?
This could be the same thing.
You talking about the brethren in the single parent home?
No, I don't. But brothers getting involved in these programs, being in these schools, being we don't. You when you see a man walking around a school, it looks odd now, but when you see a male teacher,
when you see a male walking around in the churches, it's same. It's
but what? This is a problem. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said even in public service is being overrun. Is not say
the
overrun,
corporate
not overrun.
community.
And please, because somebody can hear this and take offense, but the public service is dominated by females.
The percentage is switched.
The corporate community is dominated by females.
So what the brethren did? What we did?
I work in. I train. I
work
work
in,
in.
bro.
I only can speak for me.
I wouldn't jump.
I work in. You know what I mean? But it's a lot. It's a lot to take into, and then we really just can't look at things surfacely. Because you have some fellas who fighting for their children.
Absolutely.
And you get some mothers
Absolutely.
that don't want their fathers to see their child.
Absolutely.
But want the money every month.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So you have some of the fellas doing the
extras.
same thing, working 2 and 3 jobs.
You know, as I said that it's the same thing. So it just depends on the person, man. I don't think it have to do because you have females, you have mothers and fathers doing the same thing on both sides.
I think if we could get the cost of living down tremendously, it could encourage more time with the parents at home with the kids.
Organically, that's what
Because you don't gotta go so hard. You only going so hard because the bills are so high.
How much people do you think are gonna get 3 jobs?
I know a fella shoots. He got 3 jobs. How you do it?
Not when I say 3 jobs, I don't mean you have a full-time job.
Not full time, yeah. 2 full-time jobs and 1 part-time.
And you don't have not your own hustle, not your own entrepreneurship. Like you work for 3 different companies.
3 different boss. That's a bit much.
You wouldn't believe you'll be surprised to know how many people get 3 jobs.
Give me some comments, Delton.
Go ahead.
There are free boxing, and I see them by up. I don't want people think we ignoring them. There are free boxing classes offered right by the baseball fields in Yellow Elder. The children just gotta show up. It's a great way to channel the frustration, the energy into something good. Every school then competes with each other. You'll be boxing. Okay.
Come and start it, Anvar. You still talking?
Listen, the program starts at 3:30, or he pushes the program, and ends at 5 p.m. After training, the young men involved are tired. The men are very different breed that's either too busy or too sassy to place in front of young influential males.
It's powerful.
So, are you telling me we get sassy men?
I prefer to her use the word sassy than the other word.
Boy,
We're going again. We're a parliament.
you been getting up a lot. Getting old, man.
Sick, man.
Oh God.
And then you cost my mic, get off again, you come and get up.
And now you need to add incentives for a lot of these programs where their kids aren't included in the program. Yeah. That's it, Delton? Scouts like Skip Jones and Royal Rangers like Bruce Darville. Yeah. These men invested their time and resources into mentoring young boys. Yeah. I don't think you all understand the discipline, the work involved with combative arts, judo, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, etc. My mother was very intentional to make sure all of us went to karate for that same purpose, for the same reason. We all went to Sensei Frankie Adley. That's what we went to. Shout out to Frankie Adley. I think he's still alive, still around. That was our sensei. And the discipline that we got was second to none. We did it as children. I think music is another area that inculcates that whole discipline and structure. Music is so martial arts is one. Music is one.
These are free programs.
Team sports. I say team sports because I think the idea of having a coach and having to be disciplined, having to show up, having to go through routine structure. I think those things are very, very essential as well. And a lot of them are the fee of them is next to nothing. Kenyatta. It don't cost as much. But I know for karate for us it was a cost. But I don't know.
You saying that some parents ain't got it. And they would love for their kids to be
Oh
involved.
man, I don't. But some programs are like $100 a year,
Okay.
and
I think it all boils down to
if you want to, you do it. You can find it.
you have a choice.
You can find it.
You have a choice to be active in your child's life, regardless of your financial situation. No matter how much you have to work, no matter if one parent is more active than the next.
It's a
you
good
have-
switch.
You have
You switch this time.
no. Why I switch? Because it goes. I switch. All I tell you at the end of the day, you still have a choice. So like I try to paint the picture on both ends, not just beat the picture down on one particular.
All right, Picasso. Thank
You can't understand it, Joel. You got to be bad.
Keep beating Picasso.
Like I said, at the end of the day, we all have a choice.
We do. I agree.
So
I
you,
with you, bro. I
you,
with
choose,
you.
you choose to do what you want from what you don't want, and that's
And it's about making the sacrifice. All of our parents had to do it.
If we had, let me get Anva. I hear you, Julianne. What I'm proposing is that they make it a part of school's after-school program.
yeah. But I'm
But you can't make the children be a part of after-school
But
program.
it ain't even about that. You got a man just say, you know, man, inside the school, who could do this? See, the thing about it is these things sound good. Like all these things sound good. Like I think ministry and youth and culture should be separated. Ministry should focus on the youth. Ministry and culture should focus on the culture. But they have them combined for whatever reason.
Because they
that
want
ain't none of-
to
that
bring
ain't
the
none of my
youth.
that ain't none of my
They
business.
trying to culturize the youth.
We don't even have enough bodies in the school to make things happen. Now you want to get another after-school program, right? And then, if I'm not mistaken, these teachers or these persons that teach out the program, they get an extra set of money.
Supposed to.
Supposed to.
I know. I think what happens is that I was informed of this, and I could be corrected. I think I got this right. That there are a certain amount of allocations to certain clubs after school, and they may just give you, let's say, use principal of GK Carlo's high school, and they say you have 3 allocations for after school programs, but you got 12 wanting to come, or 12 teachers want to do some stuff. So what's gonna happen is 9 of them up the creek, because
So how do
the government
they go-
says that we only give you these 3.
How do they quantify that number?
This is what the budget say. This is all the money we get. This is all the money we have that we can allocate to it.
So so this is now another problem. So for example, I mean, I think that happens in all schools, not just government schools, right?
Right.
So you have case in point, jiu-jitsu and kickbox and all these things.
Right.
You have somebody who want to teach that, right? Who willing to do this? Then you have the regular stuff: basketball, track, volleyball, soccer, and I said basketball already. So you have all these now. Let's say you have 7 sports. You need at least 14 teachers. But you telling me now you only giving the school enough for 3 teachers?
But I just throwing it out there.
I'm not just saying. I
You're
mean,
right.
that may be whatever the
that's
number is.
clubs. That's like clubs. Now I don't know if the after school sports counted that. I know it's like different clubs. Let's say you want to start the Rams from the Ramses Club Rams that mentor boys. Well, if we already have 4 clubs already in there or 3 clubs in there, and you come with your club, you could bring it, but you know nobody. We can't fund that. No funding for that. Anyway, go ahead, brother producer. Mommy have to be around first Grammy raising mommy child and Grammy old. Now that is also a major challenge in the country. I don't say challenge, but it's put a lot of pressure on Grammy, and a lot of instances Grammy can't keep up.
Some of these Grammys your age.
Boom. That's my thing.
That's also
See,
Talking about-
there ain't much old Grammy. The problem is, then here's the problem. Now that she said it like that.
Yeah.
When school used out,
Yeah.
I used to go straight home to my Grammy.
Right.
I live in my Grammy.
Right.
There was a few of my cousins that would get dropped to Grammy House
Right.
until after 5 o'clock.
Got you.
You can't drop nobody by Grammy House because Grammy the way till 6 o'clock.
No. You
Grammy.
can't drop them the Grammy because these Grammys ain't into that. Some of these Grammys.
So when you have a mommy who working 9 to 5
And
and a Grammy working 9 to 5, who can raise the child?
Very valid point. That's
You
very.
know?
That is
So
very,
the old Grammys is a blessing. It's not a case.
you better go to Great Grammy now.
Yeah, the old Grammys ain't
You
a
know,
blessing, buddy.
the Grammys that
Yeah.
retired, and I have a co-worker that don't even have to pick up or drop off. Grammy coming for them. Grandpa picking them up, and by the time they come home, or they pick them up, they ready to eat, and they ain't no fast food, and they don't do homework. They right there by Grammy house.
Yeah.
Tell daddy get off. They done eat, homework done. You know how much households that left? Very
valid,
few.
Very, very valid point. Because I can tell you, I had to become very, very accustomed to Freedom Farm, and after my mother passed away, and that was a problem for me, because my mother had Freedom Farm on lock. I had to work with Freedom Farm.
There you go.
Said Grammy was dropping and picking up
She
every
grabbed.
day.
So Delton, you missed that whole thing, Delton. Delton missed,
So
Delton missed that whole operation.
Doesn't understand?
He missed the whole operation because Denny, she go grab Denny, she come here, she grab Denny, and they go on Eastern Road. They go through and they head down to
My daddy still is weak. My mother-in-law still is weak.
Wow.
Right? My father-in-law is weak. Yeah, nobody, you know, Grammy and Grandpa and Grammy duty. They ain't doing that.
They wicked.
They waking.
Some of them telling you straight
Nah,
up.
she might come up on the. She might come up on.
Nobody cheering.
She might come up on the weekend and
Right.
there, but she waking.
Yeah.
Give us some more comments here. Well said, sir. It's the truth. Okay, plenty single parents don't have a village too. So they watch Carlo. When you're in village now, you ready to go. So they don't have a choice but to be absent to keep the four walls up. He like this village boy. He love a village.
I ain't write that.
But as soon as you say that village, you jump up this now.
Julie, I write that. No,
She's talking about Nassau village. You even know.
no, so, I only see the picture, right? And I know it's spout right there. I didn't look at the name. So I gotta say, but spout just north of that. No, I get one. I'll keep you all village.
Hear me out. There should be a national service when you were failing school and getting into trouble. For your third time, you go into national service. Now, on your first and second offense, you put them in the combative arts program that is embedded into the school.
Yeah.
Carlo, this is where you give incentives. All the martial arts schools in Nassau, you give one of those martial arts schools something that come in and run the program. Okay, I see. I'm gonna find this martial arts thing. You need to come home and ask why aren't there money to fund? Why isn't there money to fund these programs? There's money to do a lot of other things. Are these things more important than the children, the future? I can't argue with you.
Especially with this generation of children, you have to invest.
See, when you have these Grammys now, all got a young children not talking now. All got the parents talking now, young parents. Stephanie say these young Grammys ain't interested.
Yeah, but that ain't fun.
This topic now, you all got the young parents not showing up now.
Yeah,
Grammy don't even care, man.
That ain't fun. That ain't fun, boy. I gotta go to work. I ain't gotta go to work.
But Delton, you gotta
Grammys, these Grammys saying, who asked you to make me a Grammys early? That's the difference.
you got granddaddy Delton. Stop that. Tell us straight.
Who asked you to make me a Grammy?
Retirement age, you kick in so bad.
I wasn't prepared to be a Grammy this early. That's what they saying. I thought I wasn't gonna be a Grammy for another 10 years. Who tell you? I still a young mommy. Why are you trying to make me a Grammy?
I gotta make sure you still can see and drive.
Yeah.
The young Grammys saying they done raised their kids. They are tired. Oh, Lord Jesus. Come, young Grammy. We need you all.
One time ago, Grammys used to be in their late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Not the show turning. Uncle Brave them just rehire all the Grammys so the people them luck buck now.
Oh, wow.
But you know something? I'm glad they brought that up. You know why?
Hey, read the rest of the comments first, though. Before you get
Let's
catch up.
Yeah, I feel if we get that, we get a bit hot sauce. We complain that there is a problem, but we aren't willing to give funds to programs that would combat the ills. That was my granddaddy. School up all the children, cook for us, help us with homework. We just had to bathe and go to bed after work. It's powerful.
That's it.
Powerful. That's good stuff right there. Toya, hey Toya, on the adult side, I believe that even with all the programs and the notion that parents are to invest more time in their kids, men are becoming more lovers of themselves, so much so that any activity, parenting included, that is geared toward impacting others and not directly impacting self loses interest and steam. When you say men are more lovers of themselves, are you meaning men as in male or you mean men as in humans? I just want to fully understand your point. I'm still waiting on my Bahamian citizenship. Antoine Hill. Hey, because you apply it, and I was going to try to get U.S. citizenship, but according to Uncle Donald, I need $5 million.
5 if you want a gold card.
Yeah, I've got a gold card, so I ain't coming over there. So you better come over here, buddy, because I ain't coming over there. That's too much money. Sorry to the bad grammar. I'm here rushing. I got you, buddy. We got you. Humans,
She said
okay.
humans.
All right, humans. Okay, not just men themselves.
Okay.
Yeah. Now listen. I mean, in this era on
Say
the whole,
these new guys don't be roaming the street.
in this era that we in though, the spirit of voluntarism is down exponentially. Just the whole idea of voluntarism ain't what it used to be.
I think parents just lost.
I don't. But humankind today,
Yeah.
we don't volunteer no more, babe.
Yeah, because we, like the toy had mentioned, we have become more selfish because it's so much harder to succeed in the environment that we're in.
But we had less then though. Think about Mount. Okay, let me.
Everything was less then. We had less and everything was less.
I get church. Let's go church. Camp Road, Mount Zion. Y'all doing a church cookout. Any problems?
No.
Not a problem.
No.
This one bringing 3 pounds of macaroni. That one bringing this. That
You even ain't got to go to the cookout. I remember when after every Sunday service, especially if it's a youth service, every Sunday, the youth will get together in the bus and end up by somebody's house. They even ain't got to know we coming.
Right.
And once we get there, they can find something to cook. If ain't nothing in the house to cook, they can send to the food store and they can cook for everybody there.
Right.
You know why? They wanted to ensure that those kids were in a safe environment, even if they have to invest.
Right.
So if you still have the selfish mentality that I living for me, then parenting ain't for you. Once you become a parent, you stop living for you.
But I think that spirit though was that spirit was not even just for parents. It was just like everywhere. It just this whole idea of like we want to help people. We want, hey, you need my help, you need my assistance. Oh, okay, old school. Back in the day, you see a Volkswagen Beetle broke down in the road, but 6 fellas jump out the car, help you push.
Yeah.
If you break down 9, nobody help you push your car.
You better.
You remember them days?
They better be.
Remember
They
them days
better
back-
have a gym and nails. Me pushing weight like you, so when they car break.
Why, Sean? Why was that necessary? Why? Well, I can remember you. If you break down, you need to push your car. Trust me, fellas, pull on the side of the road.
Multiple cars pull on the side.
And they pull on the side of the road and they push your car.
I see people still do that though.
Boy, I ain't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, but you won't see
Yeah,
somebody break down a long time.
100 cars gonna
Yes,
pass
sir.
before somebody stop though.
Yeah. That spirit of
There's
volunteerism.
no sense
is
of
dead. We don't
real
do that.
community left, bro.
We don't do
There's
that
no
no more.
sense of
Your village?
selflessness.
Your village in Bus Up.
My village? Your village, all right.
That village, no, the one you stop at every week. That one?
Yeah.
That in Bus Up.
I think so, man. I think some good people still out there.
Oh, no, a lot of them. I said the village. They spread on 9. The village ain't together no more than it used to be. Let me see what Kerry saying before you ask this question. What Kerry say? We live in a every man for themselves economy. People are too disconnected, and those who do push get burnt out trying to help. Now that's another thing. The folks who helping now they tired. They're like, man, that's enough of this. If we were, and I need y'all listeners to help me. You could call in if you want to call in 242-827-2543. If we were asked by Dennis Hannah Martin, she says, I have $2 million for programs. Let's throw a number out there that we can use to try to dent what's happening with our children. Not talking about education now, whatever the case. Not talking about quote unquote teachers per se. That we have some money that we want get through these young boys and these young girls in these schools. What kind of ideas we have? What can we do?
I never think, but I can take involved. Like do kickboxing.
All right, so you can't take I've been type, but 18 times on that. I'm gonna keep that.
I gotta find
So
something.
what can we do? They say what can we do to help these? We see what happened in front of that breakfast spot on that Saturday morning. We hearing about what's going on. We see what happened in Elizabeth State Saturday gone. So last week Saturday was the breakfast place. Saturday gone was Elizabeth State, the shooting in the yard That was out of Grammy's house in Elizabeth State, the shooting. What can we do? What can we insert into the system now that can help? Any ideas? Like, we always lament the problem. What are some of the solutions that we could put in place? I know we need better parenting. That's not a solution. That's a noble concept. What kind of things can we do? And I know I put this on us all of a sudden.
One thing. There's a whole bunch of
I said we get some money, so give me some ideas. Give me some things.
Thing, but you realize that you have these children homes, right?
Yeah.
The one McKinney Drive, Elizabeth Estates, where else? Ramfley Home. They are not even at the. They don't have the capabilities to fully run themselves and take care of the persons that they have there. So all these things have to take it into consideration. If the people who trying to help us, not us, but who trying to help the community with the kids, don't have sufficient. That's maybe something that we should start with them, because they already have the blueprint, they have the things in place. They probably just need some more financial assistance, some more transparent. What's the word I'm looking for? Just to help and the financial assistance to make sure that what they have, the programs they have in place now, that they could work with it, expand it, and probably put some things in place.
I mean, as simple as you can adopt different programs from countries that has little to no crime, and find out what they're doing. How are they succeeding in this area that they have very little to no crime? And maybe implement some of those strategies.
What did we stop that we can restart?
We need more parks.
We need more parks?
We need more parks, more functional parks, right? I said it to say, you asked if we started, we didn't stop. There was never a day in the summer that we don't have nothing to do.
Okay.
We played Super Mini, and they used to go we played basketball, summer camp basketball, and you just go from area to area playing Super Mini, and you play at different teams from different areas. Those kind of things don't happen no more. They have summer camps that are, I think some of them are just a little bit more for glam than for content. That's my personal opinion. There is no longevity. Summer camps used to be all summer, or at least 2 months. I remember getting a vacation Bible school by the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Centerville. It's like, this thing can never end. Like I done been to school for the whole year. Now you be back in school again for another month and a half.
I can be honest, hearing that VBS is now be for like a week, I'm like, whoa, I don't remember that. I remember VBS is run for
almost the old money join. Like, school closed on the 15th. The Monday after that, Vacation Bible School open. That closed until July. 4 weeks.
Yeah, you back in school.
Y'all ever heard about the program?
There's no summer program that lasted longer than 2 weeks.
But okay,
what happened to the government summer program?
You talk about the parks. But a lot of parents saying, "But it ain't safe for my child to be out there." Because we have a video game culture now that's consumed. Everything is our children don't even play in the yard.
But then again,
I get one neighbor 2 houses down from us. Thank God for him because trust me, once he's home, then he's in trouble.
You go outside.
Oh, you ready to go? He ready to go. Daddy will be there today.
Yeah, but so when we been to these and go to these travel soccer camp, soccer tournaments,
right?
They have one right there in Weston. When you drive into that, you just want to be there. You just want to find something to do. It's a whole complex. Swimming pools, basketball courts,
right?
T-ball, baseball, soccer, volleyball. They have everything. How much leagues, how much summer camps, how much things you could do.
This generation
into an area like that. And as much as you all say video games, right? When we go to these programs in the States, the amount of little children what they're playing is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
You know what it is too? It is the presentation, the upkeep.
That's what they said.
The entire environment. This generation, like they need much more to get their attention than we needed. Everything has to have a particular look, a particular environment to attract them. One time ago, we used to want. You know why they ain't hanging out on the parks? Because the parks, it ain't whatever they doing to the parks is not sufficient to keep their attention. And so that's why they won't hang out by Bahama. They won't hang out by Atlantis. They won't hang out places where
No, but the ones who hang out by Bahama and Atlanta.
you're talking about the private school kids.
They're the private school kids.
No,
I mean,
ain't all private school
I mean,
kids.
but a lot of times they ain't.
You voices nighttime quote unquote activities with a daily function, which is that's opposite.
So
direction.
what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is maybe they need to do more.
But that's what they said. If you have something that looks like that you just see it and you just want to be out there, and you have the right people in place and the right things in place to maintain it, upkeep it, make sure that it's being used the right way, then of course.
Do we? You asked a very good question about the government summer school program. Is that still going on?
I don't even know.
There's
how that
a
used
summer
to be.
camp, actually.
Right.
Not school. It's the summer
It
camp.
used to be in Camp.
I know it used to be
Road,
huge.
Nassau
It
Village.
used to be huge back in the
It
day.
used to be huge. It used to be because I was a part of it a lot. When
I don't know if
was
it's still
doing
happening. I know I volunteered. Not volunteered. I went to speak. I shouldn't say volunteered. I spoke to several of them. So volunteer means go every day. I just,
You know who has a good program?
Who?
And I promised to go as a volunteer to see exactly what's going on there. Once your child go there once, they want to go every summer.
Who's that?
Camp Bahamas. That's in Eleuthera.
But that be settled for now.
I'm telling you, my
About
son was upset when he heard I was sending him to a Bible camp in Eleuthera.
Right.
And when he went there, he came back. He invited all his friends,
Wow.
cousins,
Yeah, Dallas get
and
Dallas get
like
the
he
foot
ready
fast.
messaged me. This is gonna be his third time. Pops, make sure you register me for Camp
Hold
Bahamas.
on. At his age now, you on?
Yes,
Yeah, they just go up to 18, and then after you reach a certain age, you now become a volunteer.
right. You could become
What is Camp Bahamas? What? Let me
It's
understand.
a
it's a Bible camp. I think it's run by a U.S. organization
any Lutra.
in Eleuthera. And they have all the activities, zip lining, all the different sports, but everything is still Bible based.
How long is it been for?
It's a 5-week program, so you could go there for a week at a time. So he wants me to register him for week 5. And booked out.
Just be buck out.
Wow. Okay. I heard about Camp Bahamas, but I never heard about Camp.
I think it's like $400 for the week, for a little over $400 a week, and booked out. I'm telling you, my
So where
son.
they sleeping? In?
The boys have a dorm where they sleep, and the girls have a dorm where they sleep.
Oh, I feel I don't know things.
You in the blur this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
My
Okay.
daughter wanted to go a particular week she wanted to go, and the week was solo. She didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this particular week they have this, and this particular week they have that, and I won't go this week.
So I need to hire a register him before.
Yeah. I only know, but a Blaze is a camp that Life Freedom Center does for youth. It's very powerful.
Really?
A Blaze.
A blaze.
Yeah.
How long they come for?
It lasts. How long is it now, Marisha? It's a week. We did last. Yeah.
Just talk about the CNN.
I did. No, but it's Club Crush is very expensive, so we can't. It's very expensive.
But I really think.
That's what we trying to build. I think so. We can do it.
Speed up.
Yeah. We working on it. Working on it. G-Roll says it's an awesome camp. All right, I was in the dark.
See, it's always booked.
It's
So
always booked.
maybe we need to find out what they're doing that is attracting the kids, and implement something like that locally.
No, but
I mean,
camps that's always booked. That's always booked. That costs $400. They ain't reaching what we trying to reach. I'm being mean. But they're not getting.
maybe
They ain't getting senior man.
you can't say that.
Not on a consistent.
What
But
I'm
on a
saying- what I'm-
kiss-
yeah,
one or two of them maybe
saying
get grabbed,
is-
right? No, I ain't knocking. No, hold on, don't get me wrong. Camp Bahamas, I got y'all.
You missing.
I
No,
totally
you
get
know
y'all,
what they gonna
and
say.
we need that.
I say and you thought they going to say tomato.
What you gonna say tomorrow? Go ahead, say what you gonna say.
I believe if senior man have an opportunity to be exposed to Camp Bahamas, he'd want to be there too.
No, I have no. I agree with that. That's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that he's not going to be the Camp Bahamas unless some one of us
Sponsor him.
sponsor him and send him.
So
we
that's what I'm
ain't gonna
saying.
catch them.
Maybe we need to implement something like that throughout all of the islands, and make it not just a summer thing. Make it a every week thing or every weekend thing, or at least 2-3 days out the week.
You can't make it every weekend thing. That's pretty pricey.
Listen, you gotta if you want to save if the children are the future, we gotta teach them well and let them lead the way.
But so what they could do out there by Clifton Heritage and make it into a little camp out there, and then you can make it a weekend and get some needs a bus ride.
Bingo.
And there's so much
Dwayne-
the government don't have to do everything, you know.
Dwayne makes a point. Dwayne says, y'all think an old school arcade concept would work maybe stylized with the modern video gaming consoles and give it a competitive structure. Remember the arcades? You remember arcades, but
Yeah, but that diehard and all them other places, right? But then, see, we trying to get the children to be more active.
yeah.
They doing this now. They won't play a video game right now. They supposed to be there home, right? Because their parents, you know.
Oh, and Camp Bahamas, they take your phones, so you have no internet. You have
Cool.
no internet for the time that you were there.
So what about antiques and monuments? That's what.
It's all about.
So antiques and monuments, we are advocating for you all to turn out there, out Clifton Bay,
Into camping.
into a camp, a weekend camp for the children who parents can't afford them to send them to these camps, abroad in different family islands. Every weekend they'll go to the community, get 100 children or 50 children, find corporate Bahamas to sponsor this. This one do the juice, this one do the food, this one do the shirts, this one do this one have a volunteer from this office. We have all these people got to do, these senior children that do community
Now,
service.
Who can work the camp, though? Who can work the camp?
They get they hire people to clean the road. They can't hire people to work the camp. The camp only a weekend camp. And the parents who have the weekends off, who want to be involved with their children and help other people, hey, this is a good idea. Come on there for the weekend. We can build this one. This only could hold 50. This could hold 50. We need touching 100. We get 100 from Nassau Village this week, 100 from Camp Road this week, 100 from Engliston this week, 100 from over the hill this week. And we carry them out there and you do a little bit of Bible, you do a little bit of self-survival without the cell phones, all these other things,
Right.
and you take them out there and eventually you make it comfortable for them to want to come back. Don't make it tedious and boring and dry and like, I don't want to be here.
That means we got to really find
The
there's
right
two
people.
passionate people, and we need to pay the people.
Yeah, I guess, y'all do some of that money. And again, about 200 million. Like, give it
Get some of that.
Yeah, I could cover that.
Good evening. These children have a choice to, this is Samantha Monenstein. They have a choice to stay home or attend VBS now. When I was growing up, I had to attend my former church VBS, and the random people who were distributing flyers for their VBS or camps, I did with them too. My summers were never me time.
Oh, I didn't. I used to work. So then, after it's old enough to work, I never see VBS again. I only see Super Value.
Oh, Julianne say, I can't survive Camp Bahamas. They gone with no contact. She need contact. She call a train. I got to make sure they can reach me in case they get uncomfortable.
I sure if they get uncomfortable, they'll find a way to reach you. you know the power of children who don't want to be somewhere.
Now I changed it now. We got to go 7:14. We get nobody here. That talk about rehiring all them senior people. How y'all feel? I made a comment to one panel. I made one panel discussion the other day, and I made a comment. Boy, they come for me afterwards.
What do you think it is, the reason for the rehire? What are they saying the reason is?
They say the reason is the people didn't leave they didn't do proper training to leave nobody to what the word is
Successes?
no successes. Yeah. So here's my thing: if they ain't no success in the 60 years they've been there, right? What y'all bring them back for again? So here's an HR and a training problem, right? Process. It's an issue.
And this is in which government agency?
This is the whole public service.
The entire public service?
Yeah. Police, teachers, everything.
Let me
OPM said that almost half of them is police. That's what I heard.
I don't know how much is what, right?
I statement said it was almost half.
Let me put it in layman's terms. If you hire somebody to teach your child how to ride a bike, right? And this child ain't learned to ride a bike in 4 years, and the person say, well, that's okay, I can retire, right? And then you bring somebody else in to teach you to ride a bike, and that person couldn't get it. You could bring the person who couldn't get it the first time to bring it back and train the person who doing it the second time around.
Man, that ain't making no sense to me, man.
But that's what they doing.
That can't be the reason.
Because if you left proper things in place for succession, there's no need for you to bring it back. And if you didn't leave proper things in succession, you don't need to bring you back.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
What I've been hearing, and not only in the public sector, the private sector as well.
Yeah.
The new generation of workers, they different. Let me just say that for lack of a better word. They are different.
Y'all keep saying,
they are not as dedicated
To what?
and committed to the service as the ones who would have, the older ones and the ones who would have already retired.
All right, so here's the case. If this is what you're doing, right? If you're doing this, right?
I ain't doing that.
Listen, if you want to bring Sean back to teach the barber to cut hair, right? Sean can get a pension at this time, right? All right, Sean.
You got to stop the pension.
We can sign a contract for you to do this for a year to bring this person back. We discontinuing or we pausing your pension
You have to.
until your year up.
You called for me, you know.
Huh?
You called for me.
Oh, well, I don't know the job.
I was home.
Yeah, okay. But this the deal.
I get my pension.
But this
But
the
the
deal.
pension I get, and I didn't wait for.
Yeah.
No, I didn't wait for that. Dying for this.
You have a point there.
I didn't wait for my.
yeah.
You better
What
calm
about you?
down.
Pension-
Calm down.
pension is
I
not-
didn't- Pension is for what I didn't wait for.
Pension is what you were entitled to.
No, I didn't wait for that.
We ain't quitting it. We pausing it.
No, you can't pause it.
What do you mean you pausing it?
Yeah.
So
You
what?
can't pause it.
So
They paying you now.
so you
I
pause
can
it.
pay you.
I close to the
I'm
dead
on a
now. When you
contract
pause it,
now.
when I get it back.
I'm on a contract now. I'm not
Okay.
a full time. No.
I didn't wait for
I
that.
didn't see it that way until
But
you
you know
you
what?
said that.
I didn't wait
Yeah.
for that.
You know, that's fine. So don't bring
I
them
earned
back.
that.
Don't bring them back.
No problem, but don't tell me you can bring me back.
Yeah.
And then you can cut what I
No.
didn't wait for.
You're telling me you can bring me back. You asking me
You
back.
asked me to come back.
So I say, okay, I would come back, but it's on these terms.
Wait, what kind of terms say yes? You got terms to that?
But you can't cut my pension. I didn't wait. I didn't do 30 years for my pension.
You know, I
and you
blame-
gonna cut it?
Carlo,
I blame
if I was on your grill
I blame the system.
and I retire,
I blame the system.
and I'm being,
I let's go here.
I blame the system.
Let's go here.
I blame the system.
We talking about I know and like,
you couldn't
like,
find no on the grill like me, so you asked me to come back. You can't pay me the same thing, bro.
how?
Well, I paying you. I double paying you. Then I can figure
No,
out-
you're not done paying
I
me
can
because you didn't pay me for that.
Well, I ain't paying you extra. I'm going to you try I don't care. Listen,
Well, I can say to
don't
you, I
care
decline.
Right, and then decline. Because right now, your pension
And now you still have a
and your
problem.
salary
Now,
coming
now all the chicken burn because the grill ain't here. The good grill ain't here.
That's fine.
And then you can come
But-
back
but
to
you
me and
get
say,
raw.
you know something, I
No,
got to pay you
man.
this because what's going on now don't make no sense.
So let me understand.
And that's what's happening.
So,
Hold on. He made a point about the newer generation. And when we do this, and us in this room, I know we getting older, but we still in the old generation. Y'all don't. We ain't that old. We older, but we in the old generation.
and I
yet.
don't believe that.
And we still a working age. But let me make this point here. I know what you say you wouldn't believe. But let me make this point here. Can we not agree around this table, the three of us, and I know Tito agreed too, that the educator of 25 years ago is not the educators of today?
Agreed.
I agree.
That the passion, I don't know, but just on average, not that, of course, there's still some people, and there were some people back then who didn't care. And there are some people here who stand out. But you find the average of the dedicated teacher back then to what we have now, it even ain't no comparison.
No.
If we see that in the teaching field, and I go on education because that's the one I know that y'all would agree with, why we believe it's different from any other field. That the level of passion and commitment is not what it used to be.
Even
So-
in our field, barbering, bro.
So long.
These fellas, hold on. These fellas, these new set of barbers, they doing what me, Tito, and the older barbers do. You know, if we say we go into work at 7 a.m. and we say our work day is a 12-hour shift, whether we have 5 people that day or not, we go into work and we can sit in there for 12 hours. The younger generation, if they don't know beforehand they having a full day or a certain amount of clients a day, they come in there, do what they gotta do, and they gone. They ain't worried about the one who walking in, you know. They don't care about I just need to be available just in case. No. They need to know, they need to see, and they need to be able to do what you've been doing for the past 30 years now.
Now, I ain't saying that's the only problem, but I do say, Carlo, that's a factor we got to put in there. I'm not saying that's the only factor that should control everything, but anybody that to me, that plays a blind eye to that reality, you fooling yourself. That is a reality.
They want
that's
what you build
now.
in all of the years you put in, they want that now.
I
They
ain't
willing
saying
to
that's
build
the
that.
only challenge, but
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying
Go
that's
ahead,
one
Denczil.
of them.
Go ahead.
Another thing I want to say is that systematically, we have not built in a succession program. That's a failure of the system.
Right.
That we can allow
We
someone.
can agree with that. In all walks of,
and we-
straight across. public service.
It's so off the chain in this country that one person could go away and that whole department shut down because they're on vacation.
Yeah.
I not gonna put this. The most critical of services.
So how is that?
That's a systematic problem.
That's not a young person.
No.
It's not employable.
No, that speaks to the lack of succession. Because the fact that you actually have one human being who can sign this document and they're on vacation or God help you, they go on maternity leave. So now this whole system shut down.
It ain't just a
so that's a
system.
systematic
It ain't
problem.
just a system problem.
It is a
Denczil.
system
No,
problem.
no. Reason why I say that because if you listen to the people who out there, if you listen to the business owners, especially the business owners, they have the same issue. Anyone 30 and below, there's a constant rotation of
No, you missed
staff.
my point. Though. That's part of the first point. I don't know the second point. That's the first. I agree with that.
All right.
I agree, we don't agree with that. Ain't been that, you know. Again, on the second point, the first point is that we have a generation, a vast majority of them don't want to take the stairs.
No.
They don't want to take the stairs. And if they take the stairs,
They want the elevator.
they even want to do the escalator. They want to do the elevator. And they want a speed elevator. They want one that's shooting up there.
Quick.
So we understand that reality. They ain't putting in the process, and the education system ain't helping, because now we got primary school children can't calculate at school. What you doing with a computer in primary school? I don't care how much technology advancing. Let them learn to write. Let them learn to do calculations. Let them use their brain before you introduce the calculator a little bit down the road. But anyway, so we're creating a generation that don't process, that don't know how to think things out logically. So that's good. I didn't say that's number one. Number two is we have a systematic problem that we don't build in succession planning. We don't build in passing on the knowledge, passing on the expertise.
You know why?
And then there's another challenge I want to get to.
Because a lot of them have no time. They don't want to retire.
No.
We also have another problem. Another problem we have, so I deal with the younger one, I deal with the system. Then we have another one where the older ones don't want to pass on.
No.
They want to hold this. We got to look at all three of them.
Because
Because
a lot of them ain't had no succession.
It's another issue.
A lot of them ain't had no plan to retire.
It's another issue.
Give me another one.
It's another issue.
I ain't say that's all, but give me another one.
Another issue is when the election is.
Next year.
Well, we
Next
all-
year.
I know.
No, they ain't say it. So next year.
Right.
So when
We are in campaign season.
when you get this influx of unemployed people, and a particular body, one win, the government will stay in power.
Right.
I mean, this is my allegedly. I could be totally wrong, but all of a sudden,
Careful.
I mean, it happened to me, so I can speak on it. All of a sudden, all kind of jobs getting filled. You putting people inside places that can't train for the position because they have no knowledge. So why am I pouring into you as an accountant, and you in the treasury, and I pouring into you, and the only experience you have is culinary or construction, but because they want to remain and they give you a little blind, so now this way they put you because this was a vacancy. So why, as an old person, I pointed to no person who ain't supposed to be here, because y'all ain't pouring them because y'all doing a favor. This man is cook food and Mason, he ain't nothing but no accounting way. This basic accounting you don't know, but now I gotta teach him. Come on.
Sometimes though, when you get to bring up the system, you need to bring in a fellow who knows about the system, so we can actually.
Yeah, but
I said your point.
Don't try.
You're right. You're right. No, you're right. I agree with you. I agree.
I said you're in grade 4. You're there.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but you just trying to think of mama.
Yeah, I just throw it out there. Sorry,
Yeah,
but I agree. I apologize. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
So all together, it's a system problem. All facets.
It's a systemic problem.
Hire the right people in the right place, and if you have an entry level position,
There's another problem. Carlo.
go ahead.
The next problem is, and I can give this now. This is long now. I've been from school now, almost 30 years now. Come back with my degree, and I was told we opened an department called this. Bing, 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 bing. My degree literally called exactly what this department called. That's what my master's degree, not bachelor's associates, master's degree that I didn't study for. And the name of my master's degree is exactly this department you want to open. I say, man, there's a match made in heaven. They say, man, we don't have much behemoths in this area. That's why I did the area that I did. Someone on the inside who happened to be my auntie, she's going to be the Lord now. My auntie say, boy, nephew, this is a good one for you, and the money already allocated for this. And she told me what the money was. I say, man, auntie, you talking to me, man. I didn't go in there. I sent my thesis in. I told her my thesis was on. I sat down for an interview, and I sat down, and blew them away. They say, oh boy, you what we need. And they tell me that another interview. They say, oh, we need you. So they called me and said, Mr. Roll, you got the job. You the man we need. I said, you can't say bye yet. What y'all paying, baby girl? What the salary is? She said, well, we can start you at $23,000 a year. I said, you gonna pay me what, baby? How much you gonna pay me? I got a master's degree.
How old you was?
I would have been then 26.
Yeah, you're 26 years old, boy. I don't need no more than $23,000 a year. You still living with your mom?
You will give me $23,000, and the problem is I didn't know $80,000 allocated. No, I didn't know that. I need to tell me that.
23 for you. The rest of them, it's still allocated after 2 years.
I leave over there with my same degree and could start off anywhere for more than 80.
And you come home and get punched up.
And they tell me $23,000
That don't
a
taste
year.
good.
Yo, out of y'all mind?
That don't taste good.
See, all of that's part of the problem too. So when you mention getting
more
the
than
right
Bob at
people,
the time.
Yeah.
you can't afford to get it. I leave, bro. When I left to go off to school,
I was doing
left
more
going to
than
school.
had a flair for you at the time, that's right. I was making
Wait,
a flair.
So it's like
So all that is part of the problem
is
too.
system. I've been through.
What you going to school for?
I've been through
I might just stay home.
all the steps.
My daddy said I cut grass.
I've been through all. I've been
got
through
grass
all the steps to be a prison officer.
Right.
All.
Right.
Going up there to the prison, doing all the blood work, doing all the exams, doing everything. They send out the list. They say, all right, so you come in on this date, da-da-da-da-da. The day come, go there, no less. Name it on the list. So now, I forget how much it was. It's probably like 50 us. 25 off the list was in one line, and then there was another line, another 25, who wasn't on the list. Me and some other ones, I can leave.
Yeah, boot.
But these fellas wasn't in these fellas.
It wasn't even on the list.
They wasn't even in the process. They ain't been to the hospital. They ain't get stick with no needle. They ain't take no blood. They ain't still there by the prison up there. With a nurse and then check you out, then go on and then go and get you what is ECG and all that.
Yeah.
They wasn't nowhere in the vicinity. Not nowhere. But you know what it was? It was the election, yeah.
March on Marmalade.
There you go. So
March
I'm glad I didn't get a job, right? Because I glad I didn't get a job, right?
Yeah.
But everything
we
happens for a reason.
we didn't need you over there.
No, I didn't need myself there neither.
No.
But
we didn't need you over there.
But the whole thing is, everything is systematic. Until we change the system, ain't nothing to get changed. If you think you can't blame the old people who ain't pass on no knowledge. They need to. It's on you to learn when you get in these places because nobody can give you.
Very valid point. Don't run past. That's a very valid point. My mother said, when you have raw meat, you better go find fire.
Yeah, nobody.
They owe you nothing.
Right. So you get an opportunity, you have to learn.
And another problem is while you're there, a lot of the younger folks that go in, especially the government system, they go in, I can change the system. That's fine. But you got to first learn the system.
Right.
A lot of them go in and don't want to learn how that machine work. They don't know how the machine works. And so what happened is now they get frustrated, they quit or whatever the case is. And now you got to call Grammy them back in who know how the machine works. Because there's a protocol, there's a system how things work. There are things that I got to be careful because people text me, tell me they listen to the show. So I can't say some things that relate to some areas that I work in. But we need some retirees to come back in some areas I work in. We need some more to come back. Because, amen. Give me some comments because people listening.
That's what you see? I mean, how hard? So listen, how hard is it, right? It can't be that hard, right? Let me give you an example. You say you need some more folks to come back in. I won't go out on a limb. Most of those persons that were successful in what they did in their field, in government, put their children to school.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And their children are successful in whatever it is that they study. They have 3 children, let's say 2 successful, and 1 just get by, right? So you can't say that the young persons are unemployable if these are the young persons that came out or came from the persons that you're hiring again.
Right.
So if you was a retiree and then you have a master's in
Whatever you have it in.
environmental health.
Right.
And I was a retiree, and Carlo have a master's in biology, right? But he watched us with God. They watch us put our degrees and our knowledge and everything to work.
Right.
They get in to work with the same mentality. So why you going to tell me now, if Carlo go to the hospital, he ain't put in the work? He know the work that his mom and daddy put in. He know the work that you and Robin put in. They get in to work with the same mentality. Give the young people, some young people opportunity. You can tell, you should be able to tell from an interview. Some people that's really good at interviews. But you should be able to tell if this person is going to be an asset to your company. And if not, yeah, they have 6 months probation. If they ain't work, send them away.
No, here's what I'm saying.
Give them a chance.
I'm saying, that's why I didn't begin by saying some more retirees need to come back. I began by saying the failures in the system.
Yeah, but you
And
still
what I'm saying
advocating
is
for the
because of the failures now and the immediate
A lot of these young
backlog,
people
right
want a
now
job, but they don't
a
want
lot
to
of
work, man.
things clog up. So I don't support the concept of constantly bringing back retirees.
If anything,
But that's something. But where we are now, because we ain't fix the system, we ain't fix it. We ain't fix it. We need to fix it, but it ain't fixed. So until it fixed, we can need to do something.
So I need to
because
see-
a lot of things lock up.
so all right, that's cool. So
And a lot of things lock up.
So here's the thing. Show me your 5-year plan. I don't think let's say you get in today. Show me your that's you was, with all due respect, on a peer group, right?
Right.
Go into the election. PLP win again.
Right.
Right? So now you have 5 years. You've been trying to do this thing incrementally. Now in 5 years, show the people, the BMA people, your plan. So you're more comfortable in what you say. Hey, listen, we bringing in these retirees. I don't care how much they making. Don't tell me.
Right.
You tell me if you want to do that,
Right.
good. But this is the plan. This one going here, this is this is that. This is the succession plan.
Right.
This is the HR function.
I bet you 1 billion%.
These are the HR functions that we're going to put in place in
Right.
road traffic. This is the HR functions that we're putting in place
Yep.
in the treasury.
Yep.
These are the things that we're going to do to now eliminate the past.
Yeah.
Show me the plan.
I bet you.
Put the plan in your
Round of applause. Diane.
Diana, I'll find it.
Get on one story.
Put the plan in your manifest. This is the HR and
I
training
with
plan
you.
for the public service.
Yep.
These are the things that we want to implement. So now I can sit back and say, okay, I ain't got to worry about Denczil and his old backside sitting up in treasury for 5 more years,
He's only
collecting pension and a salary.
Right.
They did it on a 2-year plan or a 1-year plan, and this is what should happen. If it doesn't happen in this time, you go on anyway.
I agree.
But show us the plan.
That's,
See, the things...
I can clap one more time.
So the things about it is we are such a reactive
Yeah.
generation
Yeah.
that now all of a sudden when it's being lambasted by the public and whomever else saying,
Right.
making it seem like it's such a bad thing, so to speak, they're ready but I tasting it about. So now I gotta go rinse up my mouth and brush my teeth
Yeah,
to
yeah,
try
yeah.
and taste it from your angle. But instead you come out and say, I'm not saying that she didn't because I was not up on it.
Me too.
So it should have come out from them first. Say, this is the plan. This is our plan. This we want to put in place. So when you start to hear these things, like, well, listen, man, she didn't come
Yeah.
to me with this.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me what the plan is. So let me see the plan fail first before I listen to them.
It-
Bash the plan.
It should be said first, like this is some kind of, what's the word? Is the word gap measure? That's what you call it? Is that the right word? That is like a gap measure. Whatever. We have a little gap here. We're trying to bridge this gap.
Yeah.
And then this, I totally agree with what you're saying.
So
I totally agree.
We only get to the places at times that we find ourselves defending our ideas because somebody's already lambasted. Make it seem like it's not what it really is.
Now, here's the challenge. One, successive governments have decried the situation, and let's bring in somebody new. Let's bring in Lincoln Bain and make him prime minister, and I promise you there'll still be a problem that I don't know. As radical as our friend Lincoln Bain is, I don't know if it can be fixed in 5 years. And y'all come for me. The problem is our public service.
I agree.
That I don't care how grandiose the plans and the vision and the intention
Let me ask
of
you a
a
question.
Brave Davis, of a Michael Pintard, of a Lincoln Bain, whoever else you can find, of a Carlo Ramsey, whoever you want to bring to be the next prime minister in their government. Until we could really cause that public service to function to some degree like a corporate, a private entity.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think the public service is overemployed?
I think a lot of people need to be redeployed. Put it like that. I mean, I don't know if it is that they are overemployed. I think people in the wrong places.
I don't think
I think some people need to be.
In a lot of cases, they are underemployed.
I think they are underemployed, but I think some people need to be.
Unemployed how?
There needs to be a reallocation.
There are a lot of officers that are part of the public service. They have insufficient staff.
How they have insufficient staff?
No, they really are though. They really are.
I think they understaffed.
Yeah.
I don't think understaffed.
And I work as a barbers.
We are the first person to say, oh, lazy government employees are, right? So let me understand how you can sit there in one mouth and say they lazy, and then next month say they understaffed.
That's why I said they need to be reallocated. I mean, I don't even say reallocated. I think some people, there's a lot of fat, and once you get rid of that fat, then you'll be able to get some
like
good,
he was
some good
saying,
meat.
there are some places that have persons not doing anything. Reallocate them to places that need staff.
Now the problem is that they cannot necessarily be reallocated.
Right.
They don't have the skill set.
So I don't believe.
Now the problem can be is, Carlo, the problem is now which government, which prime minister can come in there and say, I need to get rid of 12,000 public servants.
Cut public service by 25%.
Trying to lose the election.
And hence that is our challenge.
Remember when the government was in charge for the garbage collections? When they shut that down and privatized that, those persons that were working, they didn't send them home, They made a lot of them security guards and placed them, reallocated them to different agencies.
So
we get a million comments here we get to.
All you do is tossing around the problem.
And it's almost 8 o'clock.
Tossing around issues.
I saw Tito being all over this one. I know he's all high these old people. Darling, get us up. Let's get these comments in so we can end. Because I mean, we can pick this up next time. All this means the system is flawed because the company can't fall to the ground if a few persons go out for a week or two. Not when they're accruing 3 to 4 years vacation. Absolutely. I think the young generation is frustrated. Them frustrate them. Now there's a city generation who ain't got no sense for true. But I don't believe all the talks about the young people. Not all. I believe some.
Not all.
Julian A. Role, same, because some young people are willing to work. Some, absolutely. When we employ based on what you can do and how you can perform and not because your MP bring you on, these problems gonna go away. But the problem is now the people who can do a certain role, like a young Denczil role, are you willing to start them off at a decent $48,000, $50,000 a year? No.
The government don't pay that much.
They ain't gonna pay me that. So I'm not going. No. And then another challenge is that a big problem is that most of the people in the public sector don't know what it is that if I don't sell a jerk chicken, I don't make a dime. They don't know that reality. Because whether I sign this letter or put in this form, I'm going to get paid on Friday. And that has annoyed those of us who in the private sector, what is crazy is the people who have no concern of timelines control our timeline. That's the crazy part. So when you can't make a dime until certain things are done, but they get paid every week, and I know public servants getting mad at me saying this kind of things, and those of y'all who doing your job properly, I mean y'all, man. I mean the ones who ain't doing their job, and there's plenty of them.
But I guess
the new generation today are a bunch, oh Jesus. This is a foxhole, man. This is a foxhole, man.
Boy, George, you was a man after my own heart.
Lord. This George, I'm reading. Y'all be just reading comments on Facebook, y'all. This is not the views of this station.
No, you can't read everybody else's comment and don't read George comment.
I gotta read George. Yes,
read
George.
It loud.
George Burroughs says,
Slow down.
The new generation today are a bunch of jellybacks.
For flesh and blood did not reveal that.
Give me the next one. Giuliani role, and I could attest to this because the persons hired in the government agencies are deplorable and do not know what they are doing. Oh, God. The views expressed are those of Stephanie Mondelez. That is the public treasury, the registry, etc., all because of political hires. Succession planning, Janelle Lonely says succession planning is a huge problem and governments usually change every 5 years. So the succession plan keeps changing with the political landscape.
So
very true.
That's a valid point, right?
You all can't keep on commenting on the comments being and never get to the end. It's time for the show to end.
But I also make one comment. That's a valid point, right? This is a valid point Ms. Long just make, right? But going back before, right?
Right.
So let me give you an example, right? Quick. If I know my MP get me this job, I go in the week and I get boss me up to keep this job and perform because I want to embarrass him. I said me.
Who?
Me.
But you won in 2 million.
Me. If you give me a job,
If I know my
Denczil,
MBA is-
if you my friend and you give me a job to work in your business, the scrutiny on me could be so high
That's different.
because I ain't one fail.
That's different. We have a relationship. Maybe not a relationship with AMP. They just want a job.
A lot of these parents
Hey, finish with them, man. That's just me,
train
though.
these children that
That's
way.
you.
That's me. I say that's me.
They believe the AMP job is to give me a job.
I said that was me. That's who entitled. I keep telling them about that. I'm entitled people.
They don't pay for your papers. $50 more in education for a master's degree. Come on, man. Kerry, I agree with you. That ain't right. Ain't right, Lord. Nowadays, a degree holds little to no weight because it's all about who you know. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Entrepreneurship. Go
And private sector.
explore entrepreneurship and private
We
sector.
need to reboot the government, the public service. But then one of the things that one
Let
of
the
the first
government
things that need
service
to
be,
be done.
let the public service be our last option.
You know, one of the first things that they did in, I think it was Dubai or Singapore, one of them, but one of them too, Dubai or Singapore. The first thing that new prime minister did when they went up, he raised all the salaries. And he started with raising the salaries of the cabinet ministers. And he sent them up way up in the ceiling, way up. He sent them high. I mean, because if you won't get rid of corruption, if you won't get rid of slackness, if you won't get rid of those,
if you thief, you getting fired.
go ahead, thief.
Go thief.
No, you're in jail.
You have no reason to thief. So because you want thief and now you getting all this money, you gone. No tolerance.
If there is no corruption, if there is no thieving, if there is no tipping, nobody around this table will ever want to be a cabinet minister. Meaning on basis of the salary. Not because we're thief. On the basis of the salary. We are not going there to run no... Who can run a corporation where the budget of this corporation is $50 million and your salary is $60,000?
They know they's going in again.
Just hear that. Make it $60,000, but what I manage and what I run and what I sign off on is $50 million, $20 million, $25 million, and I make it $60,000. Sure.
Integrity.
And I think that's why the kind of quality people that need to be in the places ain't going, because I can't work for that. I can't manage that effectively for that. That's why they calling the youngins unemployable now, because the young ones is say they could hustle that. Ain't no incentive to clock in for 40 hours for minimum wage. They just go sell weave and lashes and drive Mercedes and go to Dubai to surf in the sand.
It's powerful.
Powerful.
Julian's watch plenty Facebook and Instagram.
Absolutely. Summerway, Innovation 242, a new corporate entity that will provide solutions for our current issues. All right, you advertising Summerway, I see you. Carlo, the people who think like that ain't asking their MP for no job. Bingo. That's a different caliber of people who MP bring them on. Good point, Julie. Tax still eating up the salary. Is taxes really eating up our salaries? I've been hearing that people saying that more and more, but I mean,
What stocks?
which tax is eating up our salary?
Well, it depends on how much salary you get. Some people get one salary, so tax eating up their salary.
What salary?
Yeah,
what
I don't
tax
know.
do
I mean, that's another topic we can talk about at some other time. But I know people jumping on this tax, and I ain't saying, Jamal, I ain't saying you do have a point, but I'm just wondering if people can really quantify what's these taxes that are so high in the Bahamas.
Stamp tax?
Because I know some places that have tax whole lot more than us.
Plenty. We had a
So-
conversation last week at dinner. Last week, you said, glad y'all didn't have no sugar, so I had a business dinner. He said taxes in Canada is ridiculous.
That's what I've been here.
I don't know why people running there.
He said it's so expensive to live in Canada. It is ridiculous. And living in Toronto works. He said that the most reasonable places to live is in, and it's too cold for anybody to even be comfortable.
I want as we go off the air, I want it to be put on record that I didn't run out the show at 6:45. I didn't go to no rehearsal, no church service. I intentionally sat here so that Mr. Ramsey don't throw no blow, don't throw no shade.
Hear me, it's your
It is-
conscience.
it-
It's your conscience. You realize you leave us high and dry for 2 weeks straight, and your conscience didn't allow you to walk on the store. But we've been here from 5:34. I said you'll put it on blast, right? Don't cut this music on. We've been here from 5:34. You on the phone, Tito on the phone, Shaw on the phone. I tell you all that start, everything's do. I say, Delden, if they don't start the show and they call me next week, I can deep myself with a scoop again and I come back.
You know what? Let me put it this way.
Go ahead, sir.
Before you messaged in the group last week that you
I call you one, right?
that you were not going to be able to make it,
I said that, you know?
I saw Carlo earlier.
Wow.
And he said that he was not going to be able to make it.
And he didn't say nothing in the group.
So when you message and say that you were not, there's not going to be a
Wow.
show, he was like, yes.
Wow, Carlo.
So first of all, Sean,
Wow,
you tell a
Carlo.
story, tell the truth. You did not see me. I called you. We was talking about something else. And I said, I don't think I can make the show today because he said, well, everybody, so Sean says, don't feel bad. Everybody else is doing what they want.
Sean, that's what you said. Sean, that's what you said,
So you
Sean.
gotta be careful when they come for me. I ain't never call you out, but you can make sure to tell him
Sean, you said everybody do what they want to do?
I didn't
Sean, that's what you said.
I did not say it in those words. I said, you have to do what you have to do because everybody else is doing what they have to do. Wow. You had to do what you had to do.
You know what else he's been saying.
That, you don't say it like that. Sean, you did not say that. You're a dirty Mexican.
You don't know that Sean is be saying. Them Friday haircuts is being lightning. Especially when we take 3 or 4 minutes to talk about Barbershop, dog.
Wow.
I ain't tell you what he's been saying.
Sean. Wow.
Anyway, it was a great show today, guys.
Anyway, next week we're bringing in someone. We putting together some social media materials. We have a guest in who be doing social shots for us to do to get us some new material out there.
Sean, see your presence. You're taking it serious.
Wow! 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 Now this is powerful.
That right there, that was the most feminine action I've ever seen come out of a grown man. That right there. That was.
This is Sean is being prayed about. He been crying for this. Wow! Wow! Now I know Sean. Sean, now I know. We wasn't taking it serious. We was taking it serious. All right, the man will be on there eating, drinking, belching. Stand up while the show's still going on. Stand up while we're still on camera.
He done yawn on the Facebook 2 seconds ago.
Why y'all release the Facebook community? Release
Wow.
them and let them go.
Hold on. Delton anniversary is tomorrow, y'all, everybody. Delton
Happy anniversary,
and
man.
Julianne.
9 years. What we doing?
We not it for you, not for them. What you talking about? What we doing? They want to celebrate people's anniversary. Not it for you. Celebrate their birthdays. Anniversary is them. When them met before God.
So a very happy anniversary to one of our we so appreciate her presence every show, Julianne Roll, and Mr. Producer Delton Roll, the big 9 tomorrow. Happy anniversary to you all.
It's no show without them because Julianne don't miss no show.
Absolutely.
Well, Delton has missed more show than
He
Julianne.
definitely does miss more shows than Julianne.
I got some
Cut the music on.
Now the music up.
So I'll go away. See you all next week. Spread the word. We'll be back talking about some more good, intriguing topics.
That's it. And then as we said, we gone.
I'll never go a day without you by my side, by my side.